What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ray Rock, and yeah, Amad Diallo, man. I'm just gonna go straight into it, man. Amad Diallo with a hat trick against Southampton, 3-1. What a game that was, by the way. But I mean, the best thing about the game, or the only thing about the game, is really, or the best thing about the game is obviously the hat trick, or the only thing about the game. See, I'm mixing up my word, because my point I'm trying to make is United overall was really bad today, but Amad Diallo kind of carried. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Manchester United and Amad Diallo, obviously the game today, and overall what I think has been happening, what's going on. This video is a long due because I had to make it a long time ago. I mean, that's what long due mean. But anyways, okay, now, this game today, first of all, I think United definitely started slow. They were getting dominated. They were, Onana made some fantastic saves, but Southampton 1000% deserved that goal. Own goal by Ugart, unlucky, but Onana tried to make another save as well. He was brilliant today, by the way. This game could have got away from United pretty quick. It could have been easily been 3-0 before they could even blink. And but he kept them in it. He kept them in it. And United overall today was really bad. So now, here's the thing. I don't understand why this is always the case with United, where it's like they don't want to play football until they're losing, or maybe until they meet a big team. It's just all over the place. There's lack of consistency in the team in general. Today could have easily got away from them. By the way, Amad Diallo is insane. Let me talk about Amad Diallo first, right? Because I think this guy went on loan. I forgot. I can't remember what club it was, but he came back and he was still on the bench. He barely got a chance under Ten Hag, because Ten Hag kept playing Anthony, obviously, Mr. 100 million, who missed a big chance today, by the way. But Amad getting into this team and not just playing as a winger, which he was before, you know, before Amorim came in, he was under Ten Hag, and then now he has to play this kind of like wing back role, which is, you might argue, is identical but not quite, and he's doing that so well with the runs that he's making and the big goals he's come up with. I think he's been the best player for United so far this season. I don't think anyone will argue with that, with the big goals that he's come up with this season so far for them. Okay, now with that being said, again, I could go over this game. Onana was brilliant. Martinez was okay. The league made some good clearance, but overall, the backline still not strong enough. Ugart and Maino were disappointing today. Mazarawi could have been better. I really expect a lot from him, especially with the way he started the season. Diallo was brilliant. Fernandez was good. Garnacho had chances he should have taken. Højlund should have done a lot more. I mean, the United needs a striker. And let's just get into the whole, you know, the whole United thing now. What United needs. Okay, now, first of all, changing from Ten Hag to Amorim, I think is a big deal, because now Amorim has given this team identity, which I think the lack is something I've talked about for the longest. If you watch my stream, or if you ever ask me about United, the main thing they lack was that identity. They didn't have that identity, but now they do. So fair play. Okay, now, because when I say identity, by the way, let me describe what I mean. It's a style of play that you can see week in, week out. So now you can look at this team and kind of be like, okay, this is the positions that they need to make the team better, because they have a style of play that they use consistently, and is this 5-back, or you could call it 3-back. I still think it's a 5-back, but that's the thing about this formation. The best thing about this formation is it's easy to switch it up from defense to attack, or from a defensive to attacking formation. Let's take, for example, if you are playing against a harder opponent, you can easily turn into a 5-back and ask your wing back to stay more. If you know you need a goal like they did today, they need to push higher up the field. So there we go. It's that easy. The wing backs are the key to this formation, in my opinion. If your wing backs can play, you could play a lot. Now, Amorim he plays this a little bit different from someone I'm going to compare with, and that's Inzaghi at Inter. I watch a lot of Inter, and Inzaghi plays this formation one of the best I've ever seen anyone play, and it's the way he uses wing back, that is DiMarco and Dumfries. Now, the difference is Inzaghi plays 2 up top, which is mostly Lautaro Martinez and Thuram. Now, they play 1 up top and 2 behind. So, Inzaghi plays a 3 midfield and 2 up top. These guys play a 3 up top and 2 midfield. That's the difference, right? And this worked at Sporting, and it's very good. And it makes sense that he plays this, to be fair, because when you play two up top, you're not going to have Garnacho play as a striker because it's kind of like your winger. Him and Fernandez started today as like inside forwards, and then, you know, when they made the changes, Fernandez kind of dropped back a little bit, you know, in midfield. Why Anthony, Xerxes, and all those. Xerxes came out for Haaland, but, you know, when they went a little bit more attacking. Okay, with that being said, here's the thing about this 5-back formation. I mentioned wing backs. I think Diallo could be that guy for the wing back. You know, he has good work rate, good energy. He makes good runs. He runs his good finishing, and he can, you know, he could help create. That is, you know, taking players down the line and trying to put the ball in the box, you know, for the striker or anyone who you know, who's in the box. And he has been brilliant for them with doing that. So I think he could be a very good, you know, right wing back. Now, Mazraoui, on the other hand, here's the problem. He's not a real wing back because he doesn't play like it. If you notice, for example, Garnacho gets the ball on this side to try to, you know, make the attack happen, while on the other side you mostly see Diallo bumping up the pitch. Now Mazraoui has to be able to do that as well. Your wing back has to go. It kind of slows down the attack massively when the wing back has to stay back and then you give it to Garnacho. It slows the progress down of the team. Like I've said it with Inter, if you watch Inter, minus the way their center backs are good, how good Bastoni is, you know, and then their midfield, they have it's a different kind of dynamic with Barella, you know, putting in that work, or, you know, you see Çalhanoğlu playing like that, ball playing 6, and then Mkhitaryan being like that creative guy, and then, you know, the normal two guys up top, like I said. But let's talk about this because this is what we're focused on. This is the way Amorim plays. So the wing backs are important. I think there are a lot of good wing backs in football right now. I think football right now, we don't have like the real we barely see like the full backs. Like we normally back in the day used to be full backs that can attack, go up and down the pitch. That's what we expect from full backs. Now it's mostly 4 backs, like full backs coming into midfield, or wing backs. Like if you go throughout the big teams, you barely see any go full backs. I mean, you can see with Barca, for example, there's Koundé and Balde. I mean, most teams, you look at Arsenal, they don't really have, it's like 7 center backs that they play. City, the same thing. You know, even when Walker plays, kind of play like a 3-back or the 4-back, or the center back going into midfield. Even Gvardiol doesn't really play, like he's not a real left back. When he plays, it's either more attacking or goes into midfield. You get my point. My point is full backs are missing in football right now, and it's good because most guys that play, like Leverkusen plays those wing back with Frimpong, which I think will be a very good add into this team, but he plays the right side, so I don't know how well Amad Diallo can play on the left side. If not, Grimaldo, I think, you know, is again a little old, but if you can find a very good attacking wing back to add to this team, that would change it a lot. We need someone on that can play on the left like the way Diallo plays on the right, and can also help with defending. That means has good energy to go up and down the pitch. Okay, now with that being said, now these 3 guys in the middle are also very important, and I could talk about Martinez. I think ability wise, if he's fit, he's very good. The league is a hit and miss. Euro, I need to see more from him. You know, Maguire, again, he has his days, but overall, I think United is the kind of team that needs center back that are on a very high level that you can trust, and it's going to be hard because it's not just easy to get rid of all these players and just bring in new players. I don't think, you know, the owner is going, I don't think that, you know, the club is going to do that. I think Amorim could try to get some players in, like some of the guys are Sporting, like Inacio and Gyökeres. I think those 2 will help the team massively because those are 2 very big, you know, 2 guys in, you know, very important positions that helped him a lot. Gyökeres as that goal scorer, but now they have to get rid of Haaland because they already have Zexi as well. I don't know how they're gonna play 3 strikers, and I don't know if the club is gonna accept keeping all those guys. So I think they gotta get Gyökeres because Amorim knows him. You know, he knows how to get the best out of him, and everything plays through him in terms of goal scoring. Haaland is not doing that. Bruno is brilliant. Bruno, you could play him back here in the middle, or you could play him here. He's gonna produce. I think he's one of the best players. He's the best player in this team, ability wise. You know, he's the best player without a doubt. You know what he's done over the years and what he's capable of doing. Garnacho, you know, he's good. He still needs to improve a lot, especially with his decision making. And yeah, these 2 guys, I need to see more from Meno, man. Meno he's been disappointing recently. I need to see more. He has to be that ball playing, you know, CDM or CM, whatever the way you want to look at these 2 guys. And then this guy is the guy that win the ball all the time in midfield. And we need to see more from these guys as well. Like this team demands more. I could go through every position. You will see that they are underperforming. So, and also one thing I will say is this back line as well, these three guys, you need a lot of depth if you want to play a 5-back in with your 3 center backs. You know, you need guys that, because if Martinez get injured, then all of a sudden Euro, we don't know if he can play a full season. All of a sudden now you don't have enough center back to start, and you don't have enough depth. So you need center back that you can rely on, and you need at least 6 solid center back that are available, you know, for you at almost all times. Injuries can happen, but I think you need very good depth in the center back position to make this formation really work. I think they need a wing back as well. Just like they have Diallo on this side, they need a wing back and they need a striker. If I was to say the key positions, I think the key position are more depth in the center back and better center backs. If you look throughout the world, you know, the big clubs have center backs I can rely on, whereas Ruben Diaz for City, especially when he's not there as bad as they're playing, it just makes things worse. You know, whether it's as Gabriel, Saliba, Van Dijk, Konate, you know, the list goes on. And I don't think United has that. Again, I think Martinez, ability-wise, he hasn't got to that level yet, but he can definitely be that player. Apart of that, there's no one in that centre-back that I trust to do a job week in, week out. Onana also, I'm a Cameroonian, by the way. He's my international keeper. I love him, but he's really sloppy. He made very good saves today. We need to see more of that from him. The ball keep going through his arms all the time. That should never be the case. Your keeper should be bailing you out like he did today, not costing you when every shot on goal should end up being in the back of the net. It should never be the case. But anyways, United, they need to be a major change. I think this is a step in the right direction with the manager. I think once this player gets to understand how, you know, and they're slowly understanding how he wants the team to play, and he gets a transfer window to bring in the players that, you know, work for this team, because right now he's making it work because these players don't work well for this team. You know, there are some few players like Fernandes, he has already understood, and you could tell he's always there, man. Bruno is so good, right? He's always there, and he's understood what is expected from him and tries his very best to produce week in, week out as well. Garnacho, again, the position he's playing is that inside forward, which is actually perfect for him, in my opinion, you know, to just, you know, cut inside and get the shot off or pick out a pass. And again, his decision making on when to pass or his finishing sometimes, it's a bit of a letdown. And again, they needed number 9. They need someone that will put the ball in the back of the net every single time you need them to. Your wing backs, like I said, are very important in this formation. And Diallo is already there, so they need a very good left wing back that knows how to go up the pitch. And even if he cannot score like Diallo, creatively, like good crosses to the striker. As soon as he make the run, he could pick out a perfect pass to the striker, whoever is making that run in the box. Because attacking wise, these guys are so important. Remember, they provide you with. Fernandes is not going to hog the touchline. Garnacho can do it on this left side because they don't have a real wing back. But when they do have a real wing back, either Garnacho is either he's providing the overlap for Garnacho on the wing, or Garnacho is tucking in and he's providing the width, and then, you know, kind of gives the cut back to Garnacho, whoever is in the box. So again, that's why the team is not progressive, you know, or as good as it should be in the attack. Your wing backs are so important. When I watch DeMarco and Dumfries, bro, it's so enjoyable because of how well and they attack, and how they know how to attack, and how good they are scoring goals and creating, you know, for their teammates. So that's pretty much it, and that's it for now. And by the way, big up Diallo. I'm so happy for the kid. He has such a good attitude, good mentality. He's so good as a footballer, and I'm glad that, you know, he's got this breakthrough into this United squad and he's one of their key players. And you could tell Amorim really likes him, and, you know, he's going to use him for his bigger, you know, project. There's a lot that goes on with United and talks of stadiums leaking and all that stuff, but I hope they can sort that out. But right now, he's bringing the right players in, or again, I'm saying having these guys produce. If they could bring in more players to create more competition, is always good, but these guys have to step up, and because these fans have suffered for too long and they deserve more. United should be competing for top spot. They should not only be, you know, fighting for top 4, they should be competing for the league every single year. Not what are they right now, 12th on the table? That is unacceptable. And I hope next season, you know, they could give Amorim what he needs to make this team better. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good win today, United fans, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Peace.